Hi everyone, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this really easy table runner. Very simple, very basic, and I'll show you even how to put pom-pom fringe around the edges. So let's get started. You'll need the following supplies. The finished size of the one that I am making is 12 inches by 42 inches. You can make yours longer and wider if you like. For this size, you'll need 3/8 of a yard for the front and 3/8 of a yard for the back. I'm using Pellon Craft Fuse number 808, or you can use any other heavy iron-on interfacing. You'll need about 2.5 yards. Also, if you want the pom-pom fringe, remember it's optional, you'll need about 3 yards. This is the pom-pom fringe that I am using. It's made by Ofray. You can get these at Walmart, but not all Walmart stores carry fabric and craft items. So you can go on walmart.com, order what you need, and have it shipped to your local Walmart store for free. This is my fabric for the front, and this is the front side of it. On the back, you want to place the heavy iron-on interfacing. Put the glue side up against the back of your fabric for the top. The glue side is shiny, so the other side does not have any glue on it. I would pin it around the edges and then do a machine basting stitch around all 4 sides. Place the fabric for the back front side down on top of the fabric for the top, and place pins on the 2 longest edges. You don't need to pin your ends just yet. Mark an area that you're going to leave open that you do not stitch over. Then on each side of the opening, you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam along that side. Make sure you backstitch here and here. And then on the other edge, stitch the full length of that side, also 1/4 inch seam. Do not stitch over the ends just yet. Fold your table runner in half and place a pin right about here and then one over here. Take something round. This is my bowl that I use for so many different projects. Place it to where it bumps against the edge of the table runner here and over here. All right. Then take a pencil and mark around it. Then go to the other end and do the same thing. Take your bowl, place it up there, and then trace around it. Then either with a pair of scissors or a rotary cutter, just go ahead and cut. And because it's pretty thick, you might have to go around there twice. Okay, do that at both ends. Place pins around this edge here. Then you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam down here. So start a few inches back on your seam that was here on the side. Stitch over it and then begin to curve around and then come back over to this edge and go in a couple of inches. Do that at both ends. On all your curved corners, do little cuts. Make sure you do not cut through your stitch line, and you want to do it maybe every quarter of an inch apart. And the reason why you do this is that when you turn it front side out, your corners will lay a lot flatter and smoother. So do this at all 4 rounded corners. Reach inside the opening and reach all the way down to the other end, grab a hold of it and pull it towards the opening. And now don't pull so hard that you tear your fabric, and begin pulling it through. After you get it turned front side out, then reach inside and press against those curved edges with your hand to get those nice curves to come out. And you do this at all four corners. At the opening, fold the raw edges in 1/4 inch and place pins to hold. Then stitch real close to the edge all along that opening. To fuse the interfacing onto the back side requires a hot iron with steam. Now in your instructions, I've deviated from the instructions on the package just a little bit. I find doing it this way is a lot easier. So because you've got this fabric here protecting your iron, you don't need to put a damp cloth over this. But you still need to make this fabric damp. So I always keep a spray bottle at my ironing board and spray it down real good because you want it damp. Then take your iron, make sure it's hot, set it to steam, put it on top, give it a burst of steam, and hold it in place for 12 to 15 seconds. Then lift, set it down again, give it a burst of steam, and hold in place for 12 to 15 seconds. Repeat that process until you get all the way down the full length of the runner. Now it's time to put the pom-pom fringe on. Now remember, it's an option. You don't have to put it on. This is what the table runner looks like. Without it, it's still very pretty. But if you want it on, turn it over to the back side. And I'll start somewhere in the middle on one side. The pom-poms are attached to this little band here that you see. Place that band on the edge of the table runner. So when you turn it front side, all you see are the little pom-poms. And stitch down the middle of this band. So do a few back stitches at the beginning and just kind of adjust this. Don't pin it all on and then try to stitch it on. It's going to take too long that way. I would just place it, stitch a few inches, adjust the fringe, place it, and then stitch. And do that all the way around. If you find that your pom-pom fringe or any fringe you're using begins to unravel at the end, place a piece of clear Scotch tape around the end and then just stitch right over it. For more table runner projects, play this video to the very end where you will see a green screen and then click on the links. If you liked this video, please click on thumbs up and don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right hand corner of your screen. Click on the little bell and then enter your email address. If you're not receiving emails about my future videos, make sure you look at the settings option on your cell phone or iPad and set notifications to the on position. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time and happy sewing.